Hello and welcome to this special discussion on the two reports that have been filed earlier this week in the Assam Assembly on the Nellie Massacre. In a dark day in Assam's history, in February 1983, 3,000 people were killed in 6 hours, and the incident took place in 14 villages in Nagaon district at the height of the anti-foreigners movement in Assam. This shows that the conversations around foreigners in Assam has a long history. Earlier this week, the Assam government tabled two reports on the incident, two reports that have been kept hidden for over 42 years. To discuss more about these two reports, we have with us three people today. Lawyer activist Aman Wadud, who is a spokesperson of the Congress party. To give us a point of view from the BJP, we have with us lawyer activist Indrajit Dole, who is based in Guwahati. We are also joined by Sumir Kormakar, who is our correspondent in the Northeast. So I first want to ask Sumir. Sumir, I come to you first. What do you think is the political ramification of this report?
Yes, we have to look at the timing of the release of these reports. Assembly elections are scheduled in April in Assam. So the BJP government has released this report just months ahead of the election. So many people are saying that BJP will try to reap benefit out of these reports in the elections as they move ahead for the elections. So if we look at the reports, both the reports, one is by Tribhupan Prasad Tiwari, which is the official report, and another is by Mr. Mehta, Justice Mehta, which is a non-official report. In both the reports, the two commissions have, highlighted the problem of migration from the Austral Pakistan and the growing anger among the indigenous Assamese people in the Assam and how they have been agitating for long and have been demanding a solution and deletion of the names from the electoral rolls of the illegal migrants. So these Nellie incidents happened, as you have already mentioned, amid the Assam agitation of the anti-foreigners movement. The anti-foreigners movement happened between 1979 and 1985. So both the reports have talked about the problem of the growing anger among the people about the demographic threats and the problem of illegal migrations. So BJP is also speaking on the same line. If we look at the eviction drives the BJP government has been carrying out since June, the BJP government has saying that they are doing this eviction drive because the illegal, the Bengali-speaking Muslims are taking over the land of the forest, government land, and other land. So they want to clear those lands from the illegal migrants. So this is on the same line. So BJP will definitely try to reap political mileage out of this report.
Can you also give us a bit of an idea on what are in these two reports? A brief idea on either of these reports.
Yes, these two reports, actually, the first one, the Tiwari Commission was, as I have already said, that was set up by the government in 1983. And as you know, in 93, Assam was under the president's rule. And the second one, this Tiwari Commission report was boycotted by the agitators, the All Assam Students Union and All Assam Ganasangam Parishad and others. The second report commission was set up by the freedom fighters in Assam. At that time, the freedom fighters were very, they had a very strong organization of the freedom fighters. So they set up a commission headed by Mehta, Justice Mehta, who is a judge of the Himachal Pradesh High Court. So if we talk about the Tiwari Commission report, the Tiwari Commission says that although it has been in the last 42 years, it was believed that it was because of the center's decision or the election commission's decision to go ahead with the assembly elections in 1983 that culminated into this conflict and particularly the Nellie Massacre. But this reports disagrees. It says no, election is not the reason. Election cannot be the reason because the commission says reasons were that, before Nellie Massacre, a lot of similar small conflicts had taken place between the indigenous people and the illegal migrants or the Muslims. Muslims and Hindus also, those who are suspected as illegal migrants. So the commission, another point is that the commission says that it was not a communal incident, the Nellie incident, because though the Nellie incident was the biggest incident, 3,000 people died. So now the several small incidents, conflicts had also taken place in some other districts where the fight was not between Hindus and Muslims only. It was fight between even the report clearly says that even the indigenous Assamese speaking Muslims also joined the agitators and fought against these Bengali speaking Muslims. So it was not a Hindu Muslim thing. Even Hindu Bengalis also joined hands with the Bengali speaking Muslims and fought against the Assamese. And there was also fights between the tribals and non-tribal Assamese. So the report says it was not a communal conflict.
Okay, my next question is to Indrajit Dole. Indrajit, since you're giving us an idea about what the government thinks, can you tell us why has this reports been published now, 40 years after the incident took place?
Hey, first of all, thank you for having me here. So on 25th of November, the Assam Assembly broke a 42-year-old silence. For 4 decades, the truth of 1983 was kept in the dark. And under the leadership of Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, we have finally brought it to the light. This is a moment of justice for history. Let me be very clear, this is not politics. This is a historical correction. If exposing the truth is politics, then what do you call hiding a massacre report for 42 years? We are simply saying that the people of Assam have the right to know who forged that election and why so many innocent people had to die. The Nellie Massacre and the violence of 1983 didn't just happen. They were the result of a forced election imposed by a Congress government that cared more about power than the lives of the people. For 42 years, the truth of Assam's darkest chapter was locked away. And as our Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma has rightly said, that hiding history is a crime against humanity. And by tabling these reports, we are finally telling the youth of Assam and the people of Assam why thousands died, so that we never repeat the mistakes of the past. And justice begins with the truth. And I'm again saying this is not about elections. This is not about politics. This is about justice of the victims, justice for the victims of 1983. And the families who lost their loved ones in Nellie and other places have waited 42 years just to know the official facts. By calling this politics, the opposition is insulting the memory of those who died. And we are just bringing the truth out of the shadows. Yes, Amrita.
Okay, I want to come to Aman right now. Aman, the allegation against the Congress, whether it is veiled or unveiled, is the fact that you had a Congress Chief Minister, Hitesh Saika, at that point in 1983 when this happened, and the report was tabled, and then it was kept a secret. The Congress has run the state for so many years, so the BJP claims that it is not politically motivated. But then the jury is still yet to be out on that. But I want to ask you as a Congress representative, why has it taken so long for the Congress to make this report public?
First of all, I want to make a bit of a correction. Mr. Hitesh Saika was not the chief minister then. From 19 March 1982 to 27 February 1983, there was a president rules in Assam. Mr. Saika became chief minister only on 27th of February. So there was no Congress government then.
I think the report was tabled. When the report was tabled, he was
report was, see, that's the thing. The report was also tabled during the AGP government, 3rd of August 1987. What is the reason that now it is being tabled again? And let me come to point by point rebuttal that my friend in the BJP, if I can call him a friend. First of all, he said that, this is a historical correction. And the chief minister said, Hiding history is a crime against humanity. There are a lot of history that is being hidden. There was a certain Tada case whose history has been hidden. There is a certain Manavendra Sharma who was killed, murdered, and a certain person who later became a very powerful politician in the Northeast who was an accused. That history has been hidden. The Assam deserve to know that truth also. Hiding history is a crime against humanity. Let us see who's accused of a crime against humanity. He also said that this is not politics, this is justice. And apparently, the victims of 1983 has been waiting. Yes, they are waiting. There were more than 600 cases filed against the people who were accused, who perpetrated Nellie Massacre. More than 300 charge sheet filed. All justice? What kind of justice is this? Is the government of Assam now reopening those cases? You could talk about justice without compensation. Some meager amount was given. Is the Assam government going to give them compensation? What about reconciliation? What kind of justice is this? Just to know the report, a report which was apparently already in the public domain. And those people who were the victims, they knew why this happened. It doesn't take 42 years later. They were not waiting for this report. They were waiting for justice and reconciliation. And the reconciliation will start only when the perpetrators are punished. Please ask the friend in the BJP if that is going to happen. Please ask him if the victims are going to get any compensation. That is what we need to talk about. And my last point. See, how many election has passed since then? Now, before election, all kind of things are coming up. All kind of things. The unprecedented hatred against the minorities, brazen hatred, shameless hatred, perpetrated none other than the Chief Minister of Assam. And you're talking about justice. It doesn't behove. The word justice when it comes from the BJP.
Okay, I want to ask Sumir, can you give us an idea of what is going to happen once, what are the ramifications of making this report public, whether politically or socially? What do you think happens when you make a report this old public, a report on something so grating that happened 40 years ago?
Yeah, the timing of the release of this report is interesting because, as you know, the elections is scheduled in April next year in Assam. So, what the opposition parties are saying is that there are two reasons. One is, the Congress BJP has made this report public to push their agenda or the narratives which they have created. If we look at the report of both the reports, particularly the Tiwari Commission report, which is an official report, where the Commission talks about the illegal migration, quote unquote, illegal migration, and the threats, the identity threats to the indigenous people of Assam. BJP has been talking on the same line. If we look at the eviction drives, particularly if we look at the eviction drives which have been intensified in the last few months, during the eviction drives of the chief minister and other BJP leaders, they are constantly talking almost on the same line that we are carrying out this eviction drive because of the illegal migration. Illegal migrants, or so-called in their language, the infiltrators, are taking over the land of the Assamese people, the forest land and the Gabal land. So these reports is almost on the same line of what BJP has been saying. So what I think is that before the elections or in the run-up to the elections or even during the campaigning, BJP will try to use these reports to justify what they have been saying in their actions against the Muslims, particularly the Bengali-speaking Muslims. Congress is also saying that BJP is doing this, or BJP has released this report just before the elections to divert the attention from their failures, particularly in cases of corruptions, because Congress have been labeling many allegations of corruptions against the chief minister. And also there's particularly another issue is the BJP's promise of giving scheduled tribe status to 6 ethnic communities. The 6 communities, they have been demanding scheduled tribe status for long. BJP had also promised Like Congress, BJP had also promised to give GST status, but in the last 10 years, as you know, BJP has been in power since 2016. So it is almost 10 years now. BJP has not been able to grant the GST status. So the indigenous communities, particularly the 6 communities, are angry. They have already started agitating on the streets, particularly in Upper Assam and in parts of Lower Assam also. They have been agitating and they have been questioning why BJP failed to meet their pre-poll promise on the ST status. So BJP, according to Congress, will try to divert attention from this issue by highlighting these reports and what they call as a demographic threat to the indigenous people of Assam.
Okay. I want to come to Indrajit. You said that this is not politically motivated, but then one of the reports, it says that the ASU or the student unions were responsible for what happened in Delhi. Does it have any bearing on the BJP's relationship with its partners like the AGP and others? And even though you say that this is not politically motivated, but coming at the eve of the elections, do you feel that this will have political ramifications in some sense?
Amrita, the first step to justice is acknowledgement. For 42 years, the state pretended that this report didn't even exist. And now that it is in public, it becomes a part of our history. And we are ensuring that the indigenous identity of Assam is never compromised again like it was in 1983. And the most important thing these reports reveal is the cause of the violence. The Mehta Commission, the unofficial one, clearly says the 1983 election was forced upon the people. And the situation in Assam was burning. The people did not want an election. They wanted a solution to the illegal immigrant issue. But the Congress government in Delhi, led by Indira Gandhi, pushed for the election just to grab power. And they knew violence would happen, but they cared more about votes than lives. And this report exposes that this Nellie Massacre was a result of that arrogance. So you have to look at the full picture. And yes, the Tiwari report, the official report, criticizes the agitation. But even this report admits that the facts of the Assamese people, the fear of the Assamese people was real. It admits that the indigenous people were scared of being outnumbered by illegal immigrants. And it says this fear was not imaginary. So even the Congress appointed commission had to accept that the root cause was illegal immigration. The Congress government tried to suppress this because they never wanted to solve the foreigner issue. They wanted vote banks, and we wanted secure Assam. Ask the Congress party today, why did they hide for 4 decades? In 1983, Hiteshwar Saikia was then chief minister, set up the commission, and in 1984, the report was submitted. Why was it never discussed? Because it showed their failure. And today, the BJP government is strong enough to face the truth. And we have released both reports, the official one and the unofficial one, and let the people judge. We have nothing to hide.
Okay, Aman, I come to you. Where do you think the Congress is politically on the reports, and how are you looking at it? Like, how do you think these reports are going to affect the prospects of the Congress in the upcoming Assam elections?
How will it influence or make any difference to the prospect of the Congress party? First of all, as I have already stated, that Congress was not in power then. So it is not going to influence or it doesn't put any blame on us if anyone has read the report. So it doesn't put any blame. The second thing is that, the BJP, the person who is representing the BJP, he says that for 42 years, the state has pretended. For 42 years, 9 years, your government was there. If my mathematics is correct, for 10 years, your ally BJP was in power. If my mathematics is correct, so 19 years goes off. So this 4 years that the state pretended, so that is a good confession that you also pretended. Good one, that before election, just to divert the issue. Now I will tell you why this timing. The timing is that, see, on 19th of September, our heartthrob, Mr. Jubinda passed away. And it united the entire state. In our living memory, we have not seen the kind of love and the kind of unity. Nowhere, no artist probably ever received this kind of farewell. And the state is still mourning. Jubinda's message of unity, love, Jubinda's message of Borahom, his love for every community, his love for the trees, the forest, everything, it completely united entire Assam. And this is what the BJP fear. They want to somehow distract the people out without any provocation. Without any provocation. The chief minister says, I will not leave Miyas in peace. I will not let them live in peace. I have waged a war against them. No provocation. Even if they come to Jubinda's where is the Jubin Khetro, if they come and bow there, they will not live in peace. This is the language that is being used unprovoked to vitiate the atmosphere in Assam. The atmosphere that was created by the demise of Jubinda. Jubinda has actually put Assam in the world map because of his unity, because of the fraternity, that his death, his untimely and tragic death, has actually succeeded to unite people. So this is the reason why the BJP has brought this just before the election. They are doing, like I said, other things also, different kind of legislation, different kind of action. This is a part of it. So they are not, leaving any stone unturned to make people fight against each other. But the people of Assam are intelligent. They are not going to fall for this trap. They are not going to fall for this ploy. The way the Assam is united now, they will stay united. However, in whatever way the BJP tries.
Okay, since you've mentioned Zubin, I want to come to Sumir and ask Sumir. Do you feel that the recent death, the death of our cultural icon Zubin, has, in some sense, the report is coming right after his death, when the investigations are going on, questions are being asked about the way the investigations are going on. Can you give us a bit of an idea about whether the death and the ensuing investigation is in some way connected to this report, or this report is completely just another blip in terms of the preparation for the elections?
Yeah, so see, Oman has already said, that the Congress, the BJP is trying different ways to divert the attention. It is true that there's a strong anger among the people, irrespective of caste and communities. People are still in grief. People are angry, and people have been repeatedly demanding justice from the government to the family and the fans. But we have to wait for the charge sheet. The chief minister recently said that the SIT constituted for this case will submit the charge sheet on 10th of this month, 10th of December. So chief minister have been repeatedly saying that have been claiming that it's a case of murder, and once the charge sheet is filed, everything will be clear. So now we need to wait till the charge sheet is filed, and what kind of the evidences this SIT has got, and we also need to see how the people reacts once this charge sheet is submitted. So because people have been demanding justice, so we need to see how people react to this evidence. If they are happy, then things are going to be a little different.
Since we're talking about the investigation on Zubin Garg's death, I want to come to Indrajit. Can you tell us a bit about where this investigation is headed, and how do you respond to this allegation that the Nellie reports were a diversion from the demands from the people for an investigation, swift investigation into Zubin's death?
The justice for Zubin Garg is being pursued by a special investigation team, and that is a legal process. Under Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, we have a government with a political courage to face the mirror of history. For 42 years, the people of Assam have whispered about what truly happened in 1983. They have wanted to know why the state machinery collapsed. The Congress hide this report because it exposes their administrative incompetence. To say we cannot discuss the Nellie Massacre because of a current investigation is absurd. Does the Congress believe the memory of 3,000 dead in 1983 is less important than any other issue? Congress party's allegations are a broken record. The SIT report regarding the Zubin Garg case, and let us not forget the investigation into the Pakistan national link to Mr. Gogoi, will speak for itself in the court. And we are not using history to hide. We are using history to enlighten. The release of Tiwari report is an academic exercise to ensure the new generation understands the sacrifices of Assam agitation. And if Congress thinks the history of agitation is a noise, then they're out of touch with the soul of Assam, I believe.
Okay, I want to come to Aman, and I want to circle back to this, this specter of the illegal immigrant that we see every election season. We also see that there has been some inference drawn between Gaurav Gogoi, your party's leader, and there are two things that has been alleged by Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. He said that A, there are links that Gaurav Gogoi has with Pakistan. B, he's also accusing him of having links with illegal immigrants and speaking on their behalf. How does the Congress party aim to wade through these allegations? Defending it is a different. Defending it on public forums is a very different thing as opposed to convincing the people about how this is not the case. How does your party plan to overcome this?
The tragedy of our time is that the opposition has to defend, the opposition has to answer as if we are in the government. We will ask question, you will answer, the government will answer. I will give a point by point rebuttal. Coming to our honorable President Gaurav Gogoi issue. What happened 10 September? A certain chief minister was supposed to resign if that so-called report was not tabled. What happened to that report? You are digging a 42 years old report. You could not table your own report. You cannot make your own report public of so-called Pakistani link. What are you doing? Why is your chief minister not resigning? So I mean, at times I'm baffled. The public memory is not that short. Don't ridicule public memory. Number two, you talk about the SIT investigation on Zubinda. You know who was the organizer? The organizer was the High Commissioner, Indian High Commissioner in Singapore. It was not some third party. There is an appointment letter which is in circulation where the High Commissioner is inviting Mr. Chief Minister here. And what happened to Mr. Pavitra Margarita? The SIT is calling even a chaiwala, a puriwala, for questioning, but not Pavitra Margarita, who is the External Affairs Ministry of the state, who is MOS External Affairs Ministry. Why not calling him? So now the government is actually, it's in a trap now. They promised that they will find something, some imaginary Pakistani link with Gaurav Gogoi. They could not do anything. 10 September, he was supposed to resign. Nothing happened. Then this, the tragic incident of a heartthrob happened. And there the government is neck deep in the entire thing. The prime accused, who is behind the bar now, who is he? Shamkana Mohanta? Who is he close to? Who was funding him? The External Affairs Ministry was funding him. The High Commissioner was the organizer. So see, don't ridicule public memory. Don't ridicule the wisdom of the people. They will answer you. When time comes, they will answer you. Don't ridicule people and their wisdom. The people of Assam are wise and they will answer you appropriately.
Since we're talking about foreigners, since we're talking about illegal immigrants, I want to ask Sumir here, what is happening to this whole, allegations are different, but in terms of this policy, in terms of just like how the state is dealing with it, how is this problem of illegal immigrants or foreigners that keeps on coming up every election season? How is the state dealing with it? How is the state government dealing with it? Can you give us a little bit of idea about what's happening?
Yeah, for that, we need to go back to the Assam agitation again. As you know, after the 6-year-long Assam agitation, Assam Accord was signed on 1985, 15th of August. So in that Assam Accord, it was decided to detect, deport, and delete the illegal migrants. And subsequently, 1971, March 24, 1971 is accepted as a cutoff year to, update the National Register of Citizenship, NRC. The NRC was the process started in 2013, and it came up with a final draft in 2018. So in that draft, 19 lakh people, 19.6 lakh people are left out of the NRC. But then once this final draft came, the BJP was the first party to reject it. They say no, they do not accept it because this is a faulty list. Many foreigners, the illegal migrants, fraudulently made it to the list, so we don't accept it. Even President Chief Minister, who was a minister in the Sarva National Government, he was the first person to say that BJP will not accept it. So the NRC is stuck, and then subsequently organizations like AASU and some other organizations, they moved the Supreme Court. They filed petitions seeking re-verification of the exercise. Although government sought a re-verification, but the government has not filed any petition seeking re-verification in the Supreme Court yet. So these petitions are still pending in the Supreme Court, and as a result, the NRC has not been completed. And another thing came in 2019 when the Citizenship Amendment Act was passed. As you know, the CA, according to the CA, the non-Muslim migrants till 2014 were accepted for citizenship. So when the CA was passed, it gave a different dimension to the entire process of detection and deportation of the illegal migrants, which was the root of the Assam agitation. The indigenous people have been, saying that this is a CA violates the Assam Accord, and so they do not accept CAA. Congress also is against the CAA. So the entire process is stuck right now.
Okay, my final question to Indrajit, I want to ask you, like the NRC is something that this current government was not very happy about, but it has not done a concrete step of, going and filing a petition like Sumir mentioned. So where are we on the NRC? Where is your party stand on the NRC? Since you're talking about illegal immigrants and we're talking about when the BJP accuses the opposition parties of, siding with illegal immigrants, so as to speak, how is the government itself in terms of dealing with this issue? What is the government doing? What are the concrete steps the government is taking?
The government has recently, the Election Commission have recently told that the Assam is going to, before this election, Assam will have to go through a special investigation like Bihar, but it will be different. So special investigation will definitely identify many of the illegal immigrants and illegal people.
That process was called the National Register of Citizens, NRC, where 19 lakhs people were excluded. They were supposed to get rejection slip. Till now, the government is pushing this only for that third grade politics. In the meantime, they're accusing Indian citizens of being illegal migrant. Their spokesperson, including, had the gall to abuse me as Bangladeshi. Today, I filed a defamation suit. And in this manner, everyone you abuse, they will come back to you.
Amrita, I just want to add one thing to what Indrajit have just said regarding the special revision of the electoral rolls. Remember, this is not a citizenship verification exercise. This is just a revision of the electoral rolls.
The voter rolls.
Yeah.
Yes, Aman, I just want to come to you. Final word on the matter. I just want to ask you, this illegal immigrant issue, which is constantly hoisted against the Congress. How do you, how does Gaurav Gogoi, how does your party how are you going to dealing with this? In the sense, go ahead and deal with this. In the sense that, how do you shed that tag of being the party that is looking towards, illegal immigrants, I'm using it in quotes, to win elections?
Deal with what? An imaginary issue? Deal with the imaginary issue. It is their pitch. We are not going to play on their pitch. They want to distract people that they fail to give the job they promised. The debt is all-time high. They fail to do a proper investigation in the Jubinda murder case. They failed in all front, on every front. There is syndicate, there is a parallel economy that is The chief minister's wealth and their family wealth is skyrocketing. To distract the people, they have created an imaginary issue. We are not going to play on that. We will fight for the real issue of the people. And the people of Assam understand what is the real issue.
Okay, on that note, we are looking at a very spirited election campaign ahead of us. There are going to be allegations flying thick on either side. And I am very thankful to both you gentlemen, for all three of you, for joining us in this spirited discussion. Thank you so much once again for your time. Keep watching Deccan Herald videos.
Thank you.